Hello crafters, welcome to today's video. I went to B&M and I found these really nice kind of vintage looking Santa ornaments, and when I got home I looked at them and I thought, it's only cardboard. It's only kind of thick cardboard. I mean, it is quite thick. I just want to take one out so I can show you. So it is quite thick. And I thought to myself, I can do these myself with the stuff I have in my stash. Now these weren't expensive, they were 99p each, or 4 for £3, and I thought that was great, and they'll go really nice with my tree this year. As a lot of you know, I brought a CD with lots of Christmas images on it, and I found a series of angel images that I liked. So I'm going to use these angel images, and I'm going to do the same thing, just with using, all I've done is I've chosen the images and printed it out on cardstock. I'm going to use some of this cardboard, which comes on, well, this particular cardboard is kind of the backing of some envelopes. So I'm going to use that, and we'll see where we go. So I'm going to cut all these out and then I will come back to you. Okay, that's all those cut out, and don't throw these pieces away. These would make absolutely perfect size pieces for sentiments when you're doing cards and things. So I'm going to keep those. Some of the thin ones I threw away because they were just too small. And some of them are slightly different size. You've got some thinner ones and you've got some wider ones, because obviously it depends on the photo, or the image I should say. So I'm just going to put them in some sort of size order. Got 2 of those and sort of 3 of this size and 3 of the smaller ones. And I'm going to measure them and see how many I will get on a piece of card. See, on this one I should get all 3. I hope. Looks like it. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this edge using my paper trimmer, which I still need to invest in a better one. So I'm just going to cut this excess off. Which obviously it doesn't go all the way through. I'm going to measure these slightly thinner images here. How wide are they? They are 7 centimeters or 2 3/4 inches. So how much have I got here? Okay, that's fine. I have just enough on this particular piece of card stock to put these on. So I am going to adhere these 3 images onto this cardboard. Maybe I should just do 2. No, I'm going to use it all. I'm going to put all 3 of them on. And I'm going to put them on using Mod Podge. So I'm going to get hold of my fan brush, which I don't have, so let me just go and get it. Okay, slight change of plan. Because these ornaments are 2-sided, I only need 6 of the images and I printed off 8. So I've cut the cardstock, sorry, not the cardstock, I've cut the cardboard to the appropriate size, and I'm going to glue using the Mod Podge. Let's move these ones out of the way. Put a layer of Mod Podge onto the cardboard. Put one of the images on. Turn it over and do the other side. And obviously my remember to check that your images are both, the top of the images, both on each side. So I've got the head at the top on both sides. Now obviously my ones aren't going to be as thick as the ones from the store, but you could always double, triple, or even quadruple the thickness of cardboard that you have at home to give them that extra thickness, but I don't think they need to be overly thick. And so far these have cost me, I haven't had to buy anything for these ornaments. I have the cardboard, I have the glue, I have the images which I just printed off. So I've not actually spent any money to create these images or to create these ornaments. These would be a really lovely thing to sell in a you know, a church fete or a school fete, or if you're doing some in the US. I know you guys do a lot of fairs at this time of year, craft fairs. So this would be a really cheap ornament that you could mass produce and sell on. This one is slightly a different size, but I'm not going to let that worry me, because once I could cut the edges down. It doesn't really affect the image on the reverse. And I'm going to treat the edges with some distress inks anyway. So using I'm going to use the walnut stain, because I want these to have a really dark kind of aged edge. And these distress inks, they cover any kind of boo-boos you might have created around the edges. Now you could leave them like this without putting a layer of glue over the top, but I am going to put a layer of Mod Podge over the top of these. And I know that the distress ink will discolor the picture, which is great because I want these to be old and vintage looking, so that discoloration will actually help with that. I'm trying to do this as much as I can in real time, just to give you an idea of how quick these can be put together. The only thing that I cut away for so far is the cutting out of the images, but that only took a couple of minutes. So I want to try and do as much as I can on screen with you. So I'm going to give these another layer of Mod Podge on the tops. Obviously I'm only going to be able to do one side at a time because they are double-sided. And please be aware that the more you wet these images, the more you'll distort them, because obviously it's not I don't have a laser printer, where if you have a laser printer you'll have, you know, I think you can keep the color more, where this, with my printer, when you add any kind of liquid to the ink, it will get rid of it, it will water it down, so the image may discolor slightly, which I'm fine with, because as I said, I want these to be something that looks like you've had them in your Christmas collection for, you know, years and years and years. That's one of the reasons why I chose these angel these kind of cheruby looking images. They're quite Victorian, quite traditional looking. So I am going to let this dry. As we all know, Mod Podge doesn't take long to dry. So I'm going to let those dry, and then I'm going to coat the other side in Mod Podge, and then I will come straight back to you. Okay, that's both sides dry. Now you could, I don't have them on the ones I bought from the store, but you could put some of these corner protectors on that I sell in my store. Now I do them in the rose gold, which is that one there, the gold, the bronze, and the silver. So I'm going to put one of each on one of these just to show you what they would look like. And I might even do it, I'm not sure, I haven't decided which colour I prefer. I was thinking the bronze. So that's what it would look like with the corner protectors on. Now you don't have to put them on, I just thought it would be a nice idea. But I think I'm going to put the bronze ones on. So I'm just going to do one of these and put the bronze, I just had my pliers, there they are, and put the bronze corner protectors on. Now you basically just place it onto your book or your page or your piece of artwork, and you squeeze the corner protector. And it has little claws in it which basically grab your piece of work or your page. So as you can see, I'm just literally squeezing them. And using my hole punch, I'm going to use the smaller hole, and I'm going to put a hole. I don't want to go too far down because otherwise I'll be putting a hole in her head. And using some good old twine. I think most of my decorations that I've made for my tree this year are being hung up with twine. And in fact, most of the decorations for my tree this year I've made, which is I'm really chuffed about that. So I will do the other two off camera, but just to show you the shop bought ones, which were 99p, and the ones that I just created there. They're at the same, very similar in size. The thickness is different obviously, but as I said, you could marry up more than one piece of cardboard to make them thicker. But there's my one, and there's the shop bought one. So I wanted to show you that it's really easy sometimes to see things in the store, come home and look at your stash, and you can realise you can make them yourself. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again very soon. Take care now.